You see, I live in Essex, have done for the last 32 years. I live in Essex where to be even borderline obese is a federal offence. we got a special fat guys prison in Chelmsford there. They got bars 5 feet apart. Let me out of here. It's a real problem starting a riot with that little tin cup. Clang, clang, clang. See the problem that will be. You don't let it go there. But there is a reason for this dramatic weight fluctuation which you're bearing witness to this evening. And which is dramatic weight fluctuation being the only thing as far as I know, the only thing I ever had in common with the late Luther Vandross. I don't know, we could have been like 2 peas in a pod. I never met the guy, but that much we had in common, dramatic weight fluctuation. If I might make an educated guess as a doctor, I would say that in the case of the late Luther Vandross, his early death was attributable to a series of bad lifestyle choices. You've got enticing soul food available around the clock, a sedentary lifestyle, prescription barbiturates. You see where I'm going with this? And that's my prognosis there. With me, with the dramatic weight fluctuation, it has to do with the abrupt cessation of the use of opiate drugs in a non-therapeutic milieu. Ever since the abrupt cessation of opiate drugs in a non-therapeutic milieu, it's been up with the weight, down with the weight, up with the weight, down with the weight, up with the... You see where I'm going with this? When will it end? And now I can't go back to Manchester, where the non-therapeutic use of opiate drugs is virtually compulsory. If I see anybody I know, it's the same old cry. Hey Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. They're not being helpful, frankly. To the extent that I wrote a poem about it. This one's called Get Back on Drugs, You Fat Fuck. When I go back to Longridge Park, does anybody wish me good luck? All they say is, hey, Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat bastard. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. We only like you when you're plastered. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. They say I'm piling on the pounds, but that ain't the reason I suck. Put the donut down and get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat degenerate. Get back on them, you schmuck. You're the size of a minor emirate. You were good once, but I don't remember it. Get back on drugs, you fat jumping Jehoshaphat. Get back on drugs, you fat prick. And this one was inspired by a song written in 1936 by Vernon Duke, with a wonderful arrangement from Axel Storndal. And I'm going to give you a little demo of this song. It was very topical when it was written, but it doesn't need to be. It was updated every 10 years and they brought it up to date. Nell Torme, Sinatra, everybody, Dean Martin, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Lena Horne, you name it. Anybody who's anybody sang this song, because a great song will take any treatment, but you can bring it up to date. But I'm going to give you a little taste of the original, sung by Bonnie Berrigan, written by, as I say, Vernon Duke, and with a wonderful arrangement from Axel Storndal.
Who sounds Danish?
He does, right? Yeah. He's even got one of those kind of O's with a stripe through it. So yeah, right. Yeah. You won tonight's Star Prize. And this one's got, anyway, I've got to give you a demo of this song because I talked it up good. And now you want to hear whether I'm writing out checks my ass can't cash. This is the song that inspired this very poem. Just a couple of bars, right? The song's called I Can't Get Started. I have traveled, written in 1936, bear that in mind with the historical references here and there. I have traveled the world in a plane, settled revolutions in Spain. The North Pole I have charted, still I can't get started with you. On the golf course, I'm on the par. Metro Goldwyn once made a star. I got a house, it's a show place. Still I ain't getting no place with you. No takers. I can't get started. Yeah, thanks. I Can't Get Started by Brendan Duke. But my version goes like this, ladies and gentlemen. You see the theme of this ain't the same tune. I ain't that much of a thief. Only slightly a thief. But ain't the same tune, but it is the same theme. And the theme is, I think you'll have spotted that this guy, he's got it all. Or has he? You can't get started with this chick. You may as well have nothing. And I can relate to that. I grew up in the shadow of the mushroom cloud, like every other beatnik in this town. And, it worried me sick. I was worried sick about this. I thought, yeah, things are fabulous right now. But any second now. This is pre-Beryl Thunderbird. She's talking about what's going to happen in 500 fucking years. Any minute now when I was a kid. So I'm not saying actually I do, I miss those times. I miss the certainties of the Cold War, I'll be honest with you. And great gags like this one, courtesy of Ronald Reagan. This guy in Soviet Russia, he goes into the KGB office. He says, comrade, my parrots left. I don't know, I got back to my apartment, my parrot's gone. I saved up all my kopecks for many years. I'm quite a keen ornithologist. And now it's gone. It's either been stolen or it's gone destroyed. The guy says, look, well, comrade, this is the KGB, where it's not really our department, it's more of a police matter. Go to the police station. So he goes to the police station. Well, obviously, that was going to be my next move. That was going to be my next move, obviously. But I just wanted you to know, in case that parrot shows up in the meantime, I've never agreed with anything that bird's ever said. Yeah, all right, forget about it. Well, you know what I mean? Imminent destruction. Things are, let's get back on the theme. Imminent, things are all right now, but for how long? That's how I am now. My life is sweet. You couldn't have a sweeter life than mine. Don't worry about me. I'll get along. It's in the poem. But for how long? Put it this way, I don't necessarily agree with Yaz. But I'm letting it soak in. You remember that one? You don't remember that one? You're too young, perhaps. The only way is up, baby, for you and me now. No? Well, that's where I part company with Yaz. I don't believe that the only way is necessarily up. And here's a poem to prove it, ladies and gentlemen, and this one's called The Titular Poem. We've finally got round to it. The Titular Poem, the eponymous number, the big production piece, The Luckiest Guy Alive. Nothing matters, and what if it did? There's more than one way to make a quid. You'll be farting through silk if you stick with me, kid. I'm the luckiest guy alive. Life is one big happy sky. The luckiest guy alive. Just waiting for the trouble to arrive. On the fairway I'm under par. At the boat club they call me the commissar. With the monogram tankard hanging in the bar. I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a kick-ass drag boat I ain't allowed to drive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. A broad daylight killing spree, I heard about it on the BBC, expert opinion tends to agree. Apparently things happen at sea. Anyway, don't worry about me, don't worry about me, I'm the luckiest guy alive. A better situation situation you could only connive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the trouble to arrive. Time was, it was the whole of the law that set my feet on the literal floor, but gravity ain't my friend no more. Oh no, that's for sure, but I'm the luckiest guy alive. I got a facial tattoo saying please revive. The luckiest guy alive, just waiting for the soul to arrive. But you know, this one got hijacked 20 years after I wrote it, and it hijacked by the Rock Against Racism people, and I didn't write it for that reason, but I was happy for it to be commandeered in the service of a noble cause. But my version goes like this anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. I married a monster from outer space. The Milky Way, she shifts around all 3 feet firmly off the ground. 2 worlds collide, 2 worlds collide. Here comes the future bride. Give me a lift to the lunar base. I want to marry a monster from outer space. I fell in love with an alien being whose skin was jelly, whose teeth were green, big bug eyes, death ray glare, feet like flippers and cubic hair. I was over the moon. I asked her back to my place. And then I married the monster from outer space. The days were numbered, the nights were spent in rent-free tarnished oxygen tent. The cyborg chef serves up cuisine, a colour of which I've never seen. I needed nutrition to keep up the pace when I married the monster from outer space. We walked out, tentacle in hand. You could sense these earth mothers would not understand when we got on the bus. They said it's extraterrestrial, not one of us, bad enough with another race, but fuck me, a monster from outer space. A cybernetic fit of rage. She pissed off to another age. She lives beyond recorded time with a new boyfriend, a blob of slime. Every time I see a translucent face, I remember the monster from outer space. Here it is. This one's called Beesway Street. Far-flung crazy pavements crack the sound of empty rooms, a clinical arrangement, a dirty afternoon where the fatal germs of Mr. Freud are rendered obsolete. The legal term is null and void in the case of Beesway Street, the cheap seats where murder breeds. Somebody is out of breath. Sleep is a luxury, they don't need a sneak preview of death. Deadly nightshade as your flower man slaughter your meat. Spend a year and a couple of hours on the edge of Beesway Street in the boarding houses, and the bed sits full of accidents and fleas. Somebody gets it when a missing person's freeze, wearing dead men's overcoats, you can't see their feet. This rib joint shuts, opens up right down on Beesway Street. Cars collide, colours clash. Disaster movie stuff for the man with the Fu Manchu moustache. Revenge is not enough. There's a dead canary on a swivel seat. There's a rainbow in the road. Meanwhile on Beesway Street, silence is the mode. Hot beneath the collar, an inspector calls. The perishing stink of squalor impregnates the walls. The rats have all got rickets. They spit through broken teeth. A bloodstain is your ticket. One way down Beesway Street, the hipster and his haircut drive a borrowed car. He looks like the Duke of Edinburgh, God rest his soul, but not that lardy-da. Oh, AP, mother-to-be, watch that three-piece suite. When shite, catcher drains and crocodile skis are seen on Beesway Street, the kingdom of the blind. Mr. Magoo is king. Beauty problems are redefined. The doorbells do not ring. Light bulbs burst like blisters. It's the only form of heat. Where a fella sells his sister down the middle of Beesway Street. The boys are on the wagon. The girls are on the shelf. Their common problem is that they're not someone else. The dirt blows out, your dust blows in. You can't keep it neat. It's a fully furnished dustbin. 16 Beesway Street. People turn to poison quick as lager turns to piss. Sweethearts are physically sick every time they kiss. It's a sociologist's paradise. Each day repeats. Uneasy, cheesy, greasy, queasy, beastly, Beesway Street. So I wrote it down, and I was, I can't lose it. You can't let that disappear, that title. So here it is. I found it anyway. I lost it then until about 3 years ago, and then I found a bag full of notepads, and there it was. She's got a metal plate in her head. So I read through it, and I figured, it'd probably be really old-fashioned now, having written it in the punk. A lot of that stuff I wrote in the punk years, it simply isn't applicable to today's society. So, but I give it a read, and I thought, yeah, why not though here? Why not? After all, people are still being fitted with cranial plates for one reason or another. Why wouldn't it fly again? So I thought, with a little bit of modernisation, This could enjoy a second life. See what you think anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Here, wait, I don't go in for audience participation or any creepy gimmicks like that, but see if you can see where I've modernised it. She's got a metal plate in her head. 77 Sunset Strip was on the TV when my baby took a dip. 11:20, she cries in pain. The pool was empty, I had the fucker drain. To all intents and purposes, she's virtually dead. She's got a metal plate in her head. She's got a non-ferrous metal plate in her head. A metal plate in her head. It's better that you understand. She's already been dead, now she's walking in this wonderland with a metal plate in her head. She's in a world where we can't go. The days are motionless, the nights are slow. My life, it's grey and greenish. Self-reproach fills every scene. I can't help feeling partly responsible. I'm living in the shed. She's got a metal plate in her head. She's got a non-corrosive metal plate in her head. A metal plate in her head. You can't reach her on the mobile phone. She can't hear it in the chrome zone. She don't know what's happening, Holmes. Take it easy, the doctor said she's got a metal plate in her head. She's got a non-ferrous metal plate in her head. A metal plate in her head. She's got a non-corrosive metal plate in her head. A metal plate in her head. She's got a hypoallergenic metal plate in her head. A metal plate in her head. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Get married, because it's very good for a guy, for obvious reasons. But here's a bit of advice if you do get married. Women, it's a well-known fact, they'll put up with a lot, but they hate it when you get on their nerves. Never get on their nerves. Don't even do it the first time. It might come up 25 years later in a conversation. In a conversation you don't think it's appropriate. That's all. Get on their nerves 25 years ago. So never do it. But if you really piss them off, then you get the silent treatment. So it's worth putting in that little bit of extra effort. No, but seriously, ladies and gentlemen, a song for every occasion. This doesn't apply to me. This tiny ray is a token of love and devotion. That's why I sing, because I wear this ring. Yes, sir, I couldn't be happier. Very often in these modern days, a marriage, it begins with a heart and a diamond. 2 weeks later, you wish you had a club and a spade. Well, that don't apply to me. That don't apply to me and my wife on account of, here's a poem to prove it, ladies and gentlemen. And this one's called, I've Fallen in Love with My Wife. The doorbell used to say ding dong, but now it bursts out into song. If I'm forlorn, it ain't for long. Could I be wrong, or have I fallen in love with my wife? Fare thee well, my fairy, we care so slightly anyway. Call me crazy with a capital K. I've fallen in love with my wife. I've fallen in love with my wife. She populates my days with marital breakdown running rife. I have to keep her under my gaze. You love somebody, set them free. That don't make no sense to me. I'm keeping her under lock and key. I've fallen in love with my wife. Rainbows and butterflies occupy the summer skies. Imagine my surprise. I've fallen in love with my wife. I've fallen in love with my wife. She populates my days. I've fallen in love with my wife. She populates my days. It's keeping me awake at night. My head stuck in this funky maze. Every time I talk, I mumble. Every time I walk, I stumble. I'm dancing like a drunken uncle. I've fallen in love with my wife. I've fallen in love with my wife. She populates my days. She's not that far from a carving knife. I have to keep her in my gaze. I don't swear, but what the hey, I'm alright and she's okay. Get out of our fucking way. I've fallen in love with my wife. I'm her fella, she's my mate. She steals the chips right off of my plate. No wonder I'm losing weight. I've fallen in love with my wife. I've fallen in love with my wife. I've fallen in love with my wife. I steal a kiss, she takes the piss. We lived a life of ignorant bliss. All that and now this. I've fallen in love with my wife. This one was played played over the back credits of the penultimate episode of The Sopranos. So this is what I'm like, yeah, you better cheer. I'm a main guy. I'm a main guy. I don't even want to know the part. I want to read a night pop the puddle. Drink a glass of American cream soda, do something funny. But seriously, let us recite for you this number. Ladies and gentlemen, evidently chicken sound just for you. The fucking cops are fucking keen to fucking keep it fucking clean. The fucking sheets are fucking swine. The fucking drawers, the fucking line, that fucking fucking blame, fucking scummy fucking blames. Nowhere to be fucking found. Anywhere in chicken town, the fucking train is fucking late, fucking lost, fucking found, stuck in fucking chicken town. The fucking scene is fucking sad. The fucking news is fucking bad. The fucking weed is fucking turf. The fucking speed is fucking surf. The fucking jokes are fucking daft. Don't make me fucking laugh. It fucking hurts to look around. Anywhere in chicken town, the fucking train is fucking fucking lost, fucking found, fucking chicken sound. The fucking view is fucking vile. For fucking miles and fucking miles, the fucking babies fucking cry, the fucking flowers fucking die, the fucking food is fucking muck. The fucking drains are fucking flat, the colour scheme is fucking brown. Everywhere in chicken sound, fucking lost, fucking found, stuck in fucking chicken sound. The fucking pubs are fucking dull, the fucking clubs are fucking full of fucking girls with fucking guys with fucking murder in their eyes. A fucking bloke gets fucking stabbed waiting for an abracadabra, you fucking stay at fucking home, the fucking neighbours fucking moan, keep the fucking racket down, fucking chicken son, the fucking running, you fucking lost, fucking found, stuck in fucking chicken sound. The fucking fish are fucking all, the fucking chips are fucking cold, the fucking beer is fucking flat, the fucking flats are fucking rats, the fucking clocks are fucking wrong, the fucking days are fucking long, it fucking gets you fucking down. Evidently chicken sound. Thanks for listening this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. All right. The Arctic Monkeys, who converted. It was already the wedding favourite of the 21st century, but it took Alex to make it the power ballad of the decade. But my version goes like this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go out on a sweet note here, because I'm a loving man, I got work to do. Shabba! One for the ladies. Yeah, this one's called, obviously, it's the same as the title of my current memoir. I'd get a copy of it. Christmas will be upon you before you know it. Retail opportunity. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, this one is directly from my heart to my lovely wife Eveline via the Arctic Monkeys. But my version goes like this. It's called "I Wanna Be Yours." Let me be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. Let me be your Morris Marina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, let me be your coffee pot. You call the shots. I want to be yours. Let me be your raincoat for those frequent rainy days. Let me be your dream boat when you want to sail away. Let me be your teddy bear, take me with you anywhere. I don't care. I want to be yours. Let me be your electric meter, I will not run out. Let me be the electric heater you get pneumonia without. Let me be that setting lotion that grips your skull with deep devotion. Deep as the deep Atlantic Ocean. That's how deep is my devotion. A deep, 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 deep. I don't want to be hers, I want to be yours. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen, this evening.
And if it weren't for him, Joy Division wouldn't have happened, New Order wouldn't have happened, Magazine wouldn't have happened, lots of fucking luxury apartments in Mills wouldn't have happened. Do you know what I mean? Blue Monday wouldn't have happened, The Fall wouldn't. Anyway, I'm ruining my poem here. I wrote a poem, and New Order got hold of it, and a composer got hold of it, and we made some classical music around of it, and it got to #1 in the British charts, and we took it over to America and worked it with the likes of Philip Glass and Iggy Pop and loads of people who loved it and who knew him. Being a good Catholic boy, my mum always said to me as a kid, Michael, if you ever lose anything, say a prayer to St. Anthony. So when Tony died, I tried it, and this is what happened. St. Anthony, please come round, because something is lost that cannot be found. Talk to me of Albion, of Anderton and of Art, of the Arndale, Alan Shore, Ossett House and Alexander Park, of Bez the Buzzcocks, Bouncing Bombs and the Beautiful Busby Babes, of Curtis, Cancer Christie's, Catholicism, Crack and Kurt Cocaine. Talk to me of all these things, and there's one thing that's for certain. I'll see the face and I'll hear the voice of Anthony H. Wilson. Dance designed a rutty development of a dirty northern city, and De La Salle and dignity, who in the end you hated all the pity. Elvis Engels and ecstasy, and a girl called Emmeline, and the hours that I spent watching you on me black and white TV. From So It Goes to Sunday Roast and Channing and Dune Extreme, I saw you with elephants hosing down some dwarves on black and white TV. And Factory Fade, Financial Fuck-Ups, Poetic Form and The Fall. 4th of June 1976 at the Leicester Free Trade Hall. Oh, talk to me, of Grant and God and Granada, and of Hooky and of Hannah, and how the fighting just got harder. Hamlet, Ibsen, the IRA, Jesus, Mary and Keith Joseph. Joy Division, Judaism, the importance of the moment, of Liam, London, Lust for Life, of Lulu, and Ace Banks, of Manchester music, marijuana, majesty and Karl Marx, of nightclubs, new bands, the water, Oppenheimer, orchestral manoeuvres in the dark, and all those topical, late intellectual, chashes like any other side of midnight after dark. Tough line. Come talk to me of all these things, and there's one thing that's for certain. I'll hear the Salford, Cambridge tones of Anthony H. Wilson, and then talk to me of Peterloo, of Praxis, Police and Pride, and talk to me of Pontius Pilate, of power, corruption and lies, of the queens and the queers and the quiet ones, all shy and self-effacing, just like Morrissey, but not Marquis Smith or Sean Ryder when he's been freebasing. Johnny Rotten, Regeneration, Richard and Judy and Vinnie Riley. That stupid yellow circular face known simply as a smiley. Righteous, red, rebellious, ridiculous down Rochdale and Regent Road. You know I want to hear the sound of the Salford soft boy mode. Tony, talk to me half pissed. Talk to me half stoned. Talk to me as a boy when I'm sat outside my Fallowfield Council home. Talk to me on the telly, then talk to me on the radio. And talk to me at the opening of some arty-farty show. And talk to me of Vision, Virgin, Victory and Violence, but don't leave me sat in the hidden gem, just listen to the buzz of the silence. And talk to me of Warsaw, drug wars, trendy flats within warehouses, but when it comes to footy, Tony, don't talk to me about the Scousers. And all the x-ray specs, and all the x-ray tests, and all the x-ray therapies, and all the ex-wife chats on XFM, the best youth worker I ever dreamed. You're me yin and yang, you're me master plan of an independent northern scene. Talk to me of your Yonkers Youth Club banter, but Yates, come and talk to me. Wilson, talk to me. Zeitgeist, talk to me. St. Anthony, please come round, because something is lost, and 12 years later it still hasn't been found. Thank you.